Hi everyone, it's Lisa with InkandInspirations.com, and we're going to be making an easy fun fold card with a Jar of Flowers bundle from the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. And here you see I'm opening up the ribbon closure, and it's got a nice accent strip there. So let's start with Just Jade cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, and then I'm going to take the card front and slice off 1/2 inch. That's going to leave room for that accent strip of paper that is from the Flowers for Everywhere Designer Series paper collection. And so let's go ahead and put our Whisper White on the inside, 3.5 by 5.25, and that will hold our message when we're finished with our card. It's easier on this particular card to do the inside first. So now I'm going to attach the strip that's 3/4 of an inch by 5.5 inches. And then as you close, you can see that, and it's so pretty. All right, so now let's take another piece of that designer paper in Just Jade, 3.5 by 5.25. I chose a Just Jade print to go with the background of the card base. And then we have our Bumblebee in color ribbon, about 20 inches, and we just wrap it around and tie it closed. That makes it easier to finish off the front of the card, and when we adhere our front layers, that'll help secure that ribbon in place. So I'm going to trim this off just a bit, and then we'll get ready to start the rest of the card. So now I have another piece of that designer paper, 3 by 4. It's a different Just Jade print, and I am going to use some scrap paper underneath and the jar stamp with some Just Jade ink, stamping tone on tone, and I stamp about half of the jar on right there. So now I've punched a Whisper White piece just as a mask, and I'm going to put it over that first jar where I can see the outline, and then I'm going to ink up my stamp again and stamp over top a little bit so it gives some dimension to those stamped images. I'm going to do it over here on the left side as well. Ink up again and stamp, holding that mask in place. So now we have a row of jars, and we're going to use that center one to stamp the stems in Memento black ink. So I'm going to use that and then pull in my scrap paper again and go all the way up to the top of the jar and stamp those stems. Now I have previously colored the image, the bouquet there, and I used Just Jade on the white areas in between the flowers so it would blend in with the background. I colored those leaves up there with Old Olive, so I'm using the Old Olive Light to color the stems. And that way it stands out a bit from the Just Jade background as well. So I'm just filling those in very easily. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue adhesive on the lower part of that bouquet so that the top is a bit dimensional up there. So now I have Bumblebee cardstock, 3.25 by 4.25, and I'm going to put the main image over top of that. And now we're ready to adhere it to the front of our card. So I'm going to apply some liquid adhesive, and I'm going to put this toward the top of the front of the card and leave a bigger space at the bottom so that I can put my sentiment later when I know how I'll use this card. And then I've added a piece of designer paper that coordinates to the flap of the envelope, and it's ready to go. If you have any questions, let me know. Visit my website at InkandInspirations.com where you can find all the details and the supply list. And I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.